Point number 50, financial report of Council Meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi.
Firstly, sorry for my voice. I lost my voice and it's still missing. So, hello, dear Council. I am going to present you the financial report of the Council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi. But firstly, for those who don't know me, I was the project leader of the Council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi, and I have been in ESTIEM from 2010. And it is my sixth Council meeting. I was active in Central ESTIEM and also in my own local group. And besides to finish culture and language, you can ask Temu. Yeah. And right now I am retired from my local group, so they called me Grandpa. So I will talk about the budget and what we did during the council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi and the So here is the budget. And actually, it didn't change so much after the council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi. The only thing we spent is the gifts to our sponsors after event and the rooms cost. So total number is 472 euro. The final budget is 116,000 euro. And our loss is 825 euro, which is also paid by our own local group. So you can add it here. So it is the general view. If you ask any more questions about the budget, I can answer during the questions. So, accommodation was at the Limak Eurasia Luxury Hotel. And I think participants satisfied with it. And also, our breakfast was at lunch and dinner were at the university. Also, we had lots of snacks, so I don't think so. No one was hungry during the council meeting. And we rented public transportation buses from the municipality. And we arranged our schedule according to the traffic jam in Istanbul. And we were on time always, so it was not a Turkish time, but German time event. So it was cool. For the activities, we organized family games for the first night. Also, Turkish cultural dance and dance activity. Besides that, belly dancer for the international night, concert at the Boğaziçi University, boat party at the Bosporus, and the gala dinner at the Sheraton Hotel, top floor. So, besides that, we got the thank you email from Tema, which is sampling charity. So thank you, ESTIEMers, for the sampling. And also we raised 306 euro to children charity for their education. I'm also right now working there, so really thank you for that. And we also had a welcome desk at the Atatürk Airport for the first day of the council meeting. We broadcasted all the event on the paylaş.com, so you still can watch it, the videos over there. And also we had communication team, which replies to emails we got from the participants in 24 hours. And it works. We are really happy with it, actually. We had ambulance service for the whole event, and I used it one time. Yeah, it was a different experience for me, but yeah. And also we distributed the gifts before the event and during the event. So, you can find the council meeting on the portal, Kitos Temu Yaoli. And our net promoter score is 82. It's really good for the event, for any ESTIEM event. And if you look generally, out of 4, the general view is really good, so we are proud of it. I think the participants are satisfied. And in Eindhoven, CM Eindhoven, we promised to make the participation fee 60 euro. So we kept our promise, so we also glad with that. And for the number of participants, we had 257 registered, 43 externals, 24 alumni, 60 organization teams. So in total, 384 ESTIEMers, sorry for words. ESTIEMers gathered. Gathered in Istanbul, so it was amazing for me. So, sorry, yeah. So, you know, the organizing an event needs to teamwork. So I had a chance to work 6 awesome guys. So thank you for your all support and collaboration. And besides that, our own local board, they supported us so much. So I would like to thank to them as well. And my awesome team leaders, they really did amazing job. So I really would like to thank to them as well. Also for the leaders workshop, to Kerem, thank you. And for the alumni part, Utku and Orhun, they also make a great event. And of course, ESTIEM Alumni Board, they were always nice to us. Also, our working group training coordinator, Eric, he's not here, but thank you, Eric. And of course, for all organization team, I think we were trying to be nice during the event. I hope it works. So, yeah. So please, big applause for them. Thank you so much. And lastly, I would like to say that, you know, accommodation, food, transportation, these are the things making the events good. But if you ask me what is the most important thing for any ESTIEM event, it's the ESTIEM spirit for sure. Because it is how we share our culture, how we learn from each other, and make new friends. So I would like to thank actually you ESTIEMers joined the council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi, sharing your ESTIEM spirit with us because it works very well for us as well. So for joining the event, you make one of my dreams come true. So thank you.
So thanks once more to Murat for the presentation, and if you have questions to him, just go to him during the break. Okay? And now I'm moving forward by closing agenda point number 50, report of council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi, and opening point number 51, council meeting Riga update. Sorry, here it says Riga. of course, it's Council Meeting Baltics.
Yeah, hello, Steamers. This was the video introduction to Council Meeting Baltics, and there were Riga city, so you can see what you can expect from our city. It's really small, and it's just in 3 minutes you can get to the seaside. So my name is Marina. I'm current project leader of the Council Meeting. So you can see that we already have established the dates. So those, for example, who have alumni in France, they already can book a tickets because we already have booked accommodation. So dates are fixed. So 15th, 20th of April, 2015. Yeah. So this is my short content. Yeah, accommodation. Yeah, sorry, we'll have a hostel. So, but it's going to be an old town. So all the participants will be together. So we booked all the hostels. So it means 250 beds are there. And it's only 2 minutes walk from the GA room. I guess it's kind of cool. Yeah, and as everyone wants to know how much is it, it's just 8 euros per person per night. So that's some pictures. And the GA room, the most important one. So yeah, 2 minutes walk. It's the main building of Riga Technical University, because it's kind of historical one. It's real old. And we have a GA room capacity for 400 people. It means that we can have a lot of external participants there. So we can also have some people visiting us during the GAs. So this is a budget draft, how it look like. This is a realistic part. So we also have a bad case scenario and we have optimistic case scenario. This is the one what we want to have for sure. So, but everything fails, so we also have bad case scenario, and there is going to be that we will decrease lunch costs and dinner costs, because the normal price for that is going to be €2.85 per person. It's like a business lunch, hot meal plus soup or dessert. But we just put a little bit higher just to have a little bit more food, as the steamers don't want to be hungry. Also, we can decrease the price for the buses, so as everything in Riga is really, really close, so we can walk, so if it's 15 minutes walk away, so we don't need to use any buses. Yeah, and at the moment we're planning, in this case scenario, we are planning to have €80 participation fee. But it's an optimal one, and as we have some extra expenses should be covered because of 25th anniversary, of course we would like to have something special, so because of that it's going to be this level at the moment, but we'll try our best to make it lower, of course. Yeah, and later you can ask the question about the budget if you will have. Agenda, so we are planning to have a company day, because right now we're communicating with 3 companies and we would like to offer them different panel discussions, and because of that we have such many time for them, just because to get the money from them. About the evening activities, you can take a look, so that of course we'll have international night and gala dinner, and there is also one place already booked for us. It's going to be like a karaoke night. It's also close to your hostel, so it might be that evening where you can have a kind of light party, because just 3 minutes walk from the hostel, and there is also a nice place, it's Rock Cafe. Yeah, and yeah, I was really short, so just like us on Facebook, please. It's really cool to have. Post the pictures, post everything using with hashtag, and as the Nordics already know that they can use the ferry from Helsinki to Riga and from Stockholm to Riga, so use that because it's cheap and it's pretty cool. You will have the party on the boat during the night. Yeah, and I would like to say huge thanks to my Powerpuff Girls who is working with me, and everyone who is making so much effort on us and doing our best. So thanks everyone, you are the best, and we love everyone, and I love you all. Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you a lot.
We have some guys still as well.
Thank you a lot for the presentation. And now we are 2 questions. It seems to be only the Dutchies who have questions. Let's take one from the back left, then one from the front right, and then one from Pekka.
Tom, Eindhoven. I was wondering if anything from the sponsorships is already from companies or from the universities already, like if there's a signed contract or so, and what will happen to the participation fee if there are eventually no sponsorships?
Yeah, thank you for your question. I was expecting this. Right now, there is no contract signed because we have like The most popular answers like, sorry, we haven't planned budget for the next year. Second one, sorry, we are not interested in students, or we are not interested in international students. The third one, we don't have money. At the moment, we're communicating with 3 companies, and everything depends on our terms, local qualification. After that, we will see, will we have this money from those 3 companies or not. And about the participation fee, if everything fails, I already explained that in that budget, what you saw, there is some prices, they're a little bit higher than they actually are. So we can decrease our expenses, and this way, so it also will be the same, those 80 euros. But if everything really fails, so 5 euros more.
And the university sponsorship?
No further questions, sorry, please. We don't have time.
I already asked that.
You can ask it afterwards from personally then. Then from the front, we take this question, and I would say this is the last one. I'm sorry, but we cannot take 3.
João Correia, local Grupo Aveiro. Sorry, what happens if you don't get anything from the sponsorship, since you didn't sign yet any contract?
Excuse me, what was the first part?
What happens if you don't get any contract signed, anything, like the 7,000 euros I saw there?
As I said before, we will just decrease all the expenses that we have. It means a little bit lower price for the food, no bus, and like not that fancy gala dinner.
Okay, okay.
I have a question. Would these awesome Baltics want to show us how you dance Baltic style? Because I think I still have my punishment that I have to live with. So, do you know something that you could show us, the whole council?
Girls, please, some help.
Come to the front.
Laina, you can come. We can dance our dance.
Что вы танцуете? Матрешку. Умеешь матрешку? Это? Матрешку.
You want a microphone?
Hey, actually, this is like dance of local group Moscow, but I think we are part of Baltic region, so we for sure can dance it. Just look at me, try to repeat the strange words, and enjoy.
Thank you. So I close agenda point number 51, council meeting Baltics update, and open agenda point number 52, quality report. So Stefan, could you come make the minutes in place of Olli? And I guess we have a question. Do you have the microphone somewhere over there, or? Yes. Let's take this quickly before we start.
Pedro, local group Porto. I'd like to make a requirement to the request to the council and excuse the chairman from further punishment for the rest of the day, because during this Matryoshka thing, we could have asked like 3 or 4 more questions, which are, in my far more important than dancing and singing. I would also like no discussion on this subject, just say yes or no, because so that we don't lose any more time.
Anybody opposing this? Okay, nobody opposing. Then I also don't oppose, so, but I promise I will dance if we have extra time. just to keep it interesting for me. I don't think it's interesting for you, but at least for me it's fun. So Olli, please.
Okay, hey ESTIEMers, hello boardies. So I'm Olli, the guy with the lots of local groups. And I also happen to be the feedback system leader, so I'm now going to present you the annual quality report. How many of you have ever feedback form? Okay, so this is looking good, you know what I'm talking about. So first I'm going to tell you a bit how has the quality of the events been this year when compared to the last few years, and then in the end of the presentation we're going to publish the prestigious awards including the event of the year, so this will be interesting. Okay, so here we have a list of the events we've covered this year. And thanks to our lovely feedback responsibles, we managed to raise the feedback coverage from 70% to 80%. Could all the feedback responsibles please stand up so we can give you a small applause. Thank you, guys. Regarding infrastructure and organization, as you can see, there's been a steady rise in the past 4 years, which is good. Regarding overall experience, we have returned to the level of 2012, so well done, organizers. And here you can see an overview of overall experience for ESTIEM projects ratings. We don't have that much time to go into this, so you can all check this out from ESTIEM portal. They're uploaded in the council meeting page. And for other events, what's worth pointing out here is that Recom's ratings have risen quite a lot this year, so let's give a hand to our lovely regional coordinators. Well done, guys. And next up, the best events per category. Wait a minute. I'd like to say that we have taken into consideration only events with more than 10 participants. So now I'd like to invite Mr. Teemu and Essi to the stage. And event with the best food in year 2014. ESTIEM College Local Group Portal. Not that one?
That's right. Oh.
Next up, best accommodation. Woo! Council meeting Istanbul-Boğaziçi. And Murat gets a teddy bear. And next up, best transportation. Logo Group Madrid, Europe Trading Madrid.
Hot Wheels.
Okay, and then last but not least, best entertainment and parties. Strapper Party, Logo Group Karlsruhe. Hey! Strapper Party, hey! Hey! Could we get someone from Logo Group Karlsruhe?
Don't touch the ceiling.
And next up, the main thing, event of the year. And the third place goes to Farming Activity Week, Logo Group Riga. Sorry, no prizes. But you were the best event of the summer, come on. And the second place goes to Skiing Activity Week, Logo Group Darmstadt. First place. Vision Istanbul. Istanbul IT and Istanbul Yildiz. Yeah, feedback system loves you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olli. Do we have questions to Olli? Okay, we will only be able to take this one from the front.
Pekka from Oulu and Porto. How is it possible to have 100%?
Well, if...
But they didn't have the best food or something, and they still had 100%.
Yeah, it's based on the net promoter score, so it's based on the question how likely is it that you recommend participating in the event, and if everyone gives a grade of 9 or 10, then it's possible to get 100%. Yeah, but it doesn't happen that often, it's true. Okay. Thank you.
So time to close point number 52, quality report, and open point number 53, miscellaneous. And in miscellaneous, we start with times report from Sergei.
Hello, guys. So I'm very glad today to stay here in front of you again. That's already a tradition for me at the council meetings, and I really like it. So today I'm very glad to announce the Times project report. So first of all, what I will talk about today, that's who am I, a little bit about Times, about the structure what we are using now, events which has been organized, and the current situation with public relations, corporate relations, budget, some interesting part, and of course about the team. So first of all about me, my name is Sergei Zelenko, I'm 22 years old from local group Kiev, and I'm currently Times project leader. So for those of you who still don't know what Times means, that's Tournament in Management and Engineering Skills. And that's successfully organized from 1994. And to participate in Times, you need to collect the team from 3 or 4 people, win your local qualification, proceed to one of 8 semifinals, solve 2 cases, go to the final, and become the IM Student of the Year. That's very easy. Yeah, now about the team structure. So right now I will announce the position, and guys, please stand up and don't sit down. So corporate relations, knowledge management, LQ support, semifinal final support, training event, and public relations responsible. So right now you see those people who are really making Times happen this year, and they're working really hard. for this event. So please, big applause for them. Now, I would like to ask all of you who think that they are somehow related to Times, stand up. Times, who participated, who want to participate, just... Okay. Quite huge interest. Thank you. So, what we also talked about during the last com, that's why we actually have Times and why we do it. Okay, you already sat down. Anyway, so I would like to ask all of you who just stand up, help me and speak aloud the next phrase which we come up during the com. So please, all together. One of most valuable learning tools I am students. Thank you. Yes, that's something what we think that is very important, that we finally thought what Times is about and why we do this. And after getting this point, actually, I would say that the next days of com was much more productive when we already realized why we are doing all these things. And now let's go to the things what happened. So we had two great coordination meetings. At the same time, we have training event in Novi Sad, and we are planning to have one more in January 2015. You can see some photos. Of course, in Novi Sad, we had a great party, which was started from celebration of LG Novi Sad birthday, but then turned to Times birthday party. And currently, this year, we are going to have 68 local qualifications until now, but I already got some. So maybe this number will increase. We will have 8 semifinals and final as always. So talking about the public relations, we have article about Times on the Comster, which is website for the world competitions, different competitions. We have also information about Times in Industrial Engineers magazine. We have business cards. I hope all of you got it. The template is on a portal, so if you're related to Times, you can download it and make for yourself. We have Times pins. We updated info brochure. We have central poster, which is also could be downloaded from the portal. Corporate relations. So we updated company brochure. We have 2 versions, long and short one. We approach around 200 companies, and right now in contact with 4 of them. You can see the companies. Until now, we don't have central sponsor for this year. The budget, that's what we have from the period when I was selected as a project leader. So for this moment, we didn't get any incomes, only outcomes. And right now, our balance is minus almost 1,200 euro. And as you can see, the money for the pins, 489 euro, will be collected from you since we buy all of it and return to Times budget. Except this, we already have 2 IPM professors who joined the case quality team. So that will definitely help us to increase the level of evaluation. We implemented online stage and junior day, which is 2 options for you to select the teams for your local qualification in case you have more teams than you would like to have. And we are now currently cooperating with Institute of Industrial Engineers, and we are considering the possibility for Virginia Technical University to join one of our semifinals. And we will have IE representative as a jury member in the final. Again, all these people, as you see on this slide, and all of you who stayed here, that you made this competition, you made this tournament, not me. So thank you very much for your input, for your interest for Times, and I am looking forward for your questions.
Okay, we can take 2, so let's take those 2 in the back.
Tom, Eindhoven, you mentioned the participation of Virginia Tech and maybe the participation of Virginia Tech in a Times semifinal. What will happen if they win, and how do you see times as well as being as leading to the European IM student of Europe, best IM student of Europe?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So first of all, I need to say that I think for the last few years, we are considering the possibility for external teams and external university to join times. Since this will take a lot of our effort to change the completely change the tournament structure. Right now, we are going with the idea to just have some like pilot project to invite one team from external university to participate. In case they win semifinal, they will proceed to the final. But again, this is not confirmed yet, so we are just talking about this possibility. So Virginia Technical University, they still didn't confirm their participation because they were distributed to the semifinals as everyone else. Like they got the same survey.
Thank you. Although I said we only take 2, I would like to hear what Gert has to say, and I will cut the time off from something else.
Yeah, I just wanted to provide as feedback that Virginia Tech at this moment is only looking at the option of participating as an observer. So not really, the intention to really go to the final. So I don't think, like that would be an issue.
Thanks for the comment. And then Luis, you had the word that I promised.
Marcia, local group Porto. I wanted to, can we go back to the, quickly to the budget slide? So, the PR, I understand that's the pins, right? Those are the pins on the PR part? Yeah, okay. And about the events, you say comms, participation fee, training event. Can you explain what is it exactly and why did you decide to spend that money before knowing if you're getting a sponsor or not?
Yep, thank you. For the PR, except the pins, we also paid for the this background image for our poster. We bought it. At the same time, we print Times stickers. Yeah, and where we are talking about the events, as always, we thought that the participation in COM is very important, and it should not influence the, let's say, participant, their interest, because, like some people, they don't participate in events because of high participation fee. That's why we want to involve as much people as possible. That's why we covered their half of their participation fee. It was made twice. We had 2 comms. And at the same time, we had training event, and we covered the participation fee of the trainers, since these people come to the event and dedicate 5 days of their life to Times.
Thank you, Sergei. Moving on, we have a presentation from a certain Frenchie on innovation in health event.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not the Frenchie, as you probably know. But what we're now going to present is an idea that we came up with together, so we will also present it together. So earlier this summer, I was in Istanbul, and me and Janib, we were talking, and we came up with this idea that it would be super cool to organize a between 5 externals. And it was an idea that first started off to just sort of a nice New Year celebration between 5 organizations at perhaps Istanbul. But then we got talking more and more, and we decided, well, I mean, Istanbul is kind of expensive during New Year, so if there's some way we can get it granted or find some more money, it would be great. What we then came up with is, okay, maybe we can organize an event in healthcare in order to get it granted and also find a lot of sponsors. And for example, Frenchie here is working for a pharmaceutical company. So we got talking more and more, and we realized the huge potential for actually organizing a big event between 5 organizations that also are very important, that the students are a very important part of the healthcare sector. And
maybe you're wondering why it's called ORCID project. Well, just because like ORCID are naturally designed to adapt themselves to survive in any kind of environment. So we thought like this fits pretty much quite well with the innovation in healthcare that we want to implement. And so basically like what we believe is just like once we came up with this idea of this project of innovation in healthcare and like joining a lot of like a student organization together to make this happen, we did a little of a benchmark, like to see if this was already happening before. And what we found out is that the European Commission organized an event, a conference, which was also called Innovation in Healthcare Without Borders. So this does not include only European Union countries, just saying. And this is few of the outcomes. And basically, it just, like to summarize all of it, we need relation between all the different layers of the sector of healthcare in Europe, meaning small and medium enterprise, big businesses, capital ventures, students, professionals, laboratories, all these layers. And where we see that we have a potential that our networks, student networks, they have a significant potential to match this gap. Because we develop an incredible ability for enhancing networks, because this is basically like what we do like in all our organizations. So we have this power and we can make it happen. And yeah, basically we can emphasize like the link between all the different layers of healthcare in Europe. And so we thought about including different student organizations, ESTEC, EMSA, EPSA, and ESTIEM, all together to make this event happening. I don't know if you're all familiar with all these names. BEST stands for Board of European Students of Technology, ESTEC.
Electrical engineers. Yeah, it's like ESTIEM, but for electrical engineers.
Yeah. EMSA for medicine students, EPSA for pharmaceutical students, and ESTIEM, I guess you know already about it. So.
Okay. So what we want to do is sort of create a platform for the stakeholders from Europe to sort of meet and discuss this topic. So we would like to see like students, professional, big companies, political representatives, etc. And if possible, of course, having people from all over the world. And yeah, it should be an open place to discover new perspectives and really come up with new ideas for how we can improve the healthcare system. So yeah, we already came up with the topic, and then we sort of need to develop the topic a lot more and come up with new ideas within the healthcare system. And yeah, and then of course, is try to find a local organizer that has a representative from all these organizations, because this will make the actual organizing a lot easier, because somehow the students can all cooperate together, so we will have a more stable and strong organizing. So what have we actually done so far since we came up with it in August? Well, we're talking with the thought that the idea was really nice. We contacted EMSA, EPSA, ESTEC, and BEST. And they also were quite positive. And we also had a Skype chat with them. And so far, yeah, as I said, we got positive feedback. Yeah, please. And so far, EMSA is in favor. Unfortunately, BEST declined. And we're still waiting answers from EPSA and ESTEC. Hopefully, we will get the replies soon. So, yeah, this was our short introduction to this possible, hopeful external joint event. Thank you.
Any questions? We can take one or two. Yeah, let's take those two. So starting from Doxy, for example.
Yes, Tanya Kiev. Luis, you mentioned something about politicians. Since we're not a political organization, could you please elaborate on that? Thank you.
Well, the idea is to invite politicians. So we're probably not gonna like take a stand and having a political opinion as a team, but it's just like we're gonna invite politicians because they have an impact on the health system. So just to have them in the discussion that we're gonna have, but we're not gonna take a stand and say this is our political opinion as a team. So this is two different things.
Thank you. Doxy, do you have another?
Seems Doxy Xanthi. Seems like we have a good relationship with BEST and a good collaboration. Can we elaborate like why did they declined?
Yes, well, they told us they didn't have enough resources to support this project to go for it. So they declined our invitation.
Thank you. Okay, let's quickly take the third one.
Can I? Anya, local group Belgrade. What is your goal with this event? We were discussing a lot that IEM is our focus area. We have a lot of projects and events during the year, and I personally don't see the point of this event in ESTIEM.
Okay, well, that's all. Maybe you noticed also that I didn't use the ESTIEM template. It's because it's not necessarily like an exclusive ESTIEM event. It's just like we were talking about like myself to like externals and having joint event with other student organization or other organization as in general. So this, I see an opportunity for ESTIEM to actually like have a cooperation with other organizations. Not only oriented IEM, but like having a topic which can gather like different field of expertise.
Thank you, Shaniv.
If you're interested, please approach me. Thank you very much. And
I should
Louise
just
as
say
well.
French, it's so much easier. Thank you, Shaniv. And Louise? And Rade has a presentation about the upcoming events.
Okay, me again. So, how's it going, guys? Demo, having fun? Whose first ESTIEM event is this? And you want to go again? Another ride? Not so many. Oh, damn it. Anyway. Okay, I'm just going to have a short presentation to tell you what kind of events can you find in the following few months in ESTIEM that you can actually apply for today and maybe go there and have as much fun as you had here so far. So, to start off, an event whose applications are finishing now, today is the 9th, right? So, day after tomorrow, so you only have a short time to apply. And it's happening in Ansbach, Germany. So it's not in an ESTIEM local group, but in a VW local group. And it will be a brain trainer event. So a concept of ESTIEM happening in a VW local group. And the topic of this training event will be leadership. And you will also have a chance to visit Ansbach, which not many ESTIEMers had a chance to do, and to enjoy the Christmas fair there. So, next one. Next one. First time in ESTIEM ever, Language Program Initiative Con. From 4th to 9th of December, you can actually apply for a few more days. And what you will get is high quality Spanish lessons, an opportunity to get involved with Kike and his team. And you will have some fun in Madrid for sure. It's an awesome city. Next, coming straight from the training committee, ESTIEM and EBSA Training New Trainers event. So, yes, this is going to take a bit more time. So in Belgrade from 13th to 19th of December, you can apply for one more week. And if you're coming to this event, it's going to be full of awesome trainings that are going to help you become a trainer yourself. I can strongly recommend this one. It was one of my best events like ever. And also because it's a joint event with EBSA, you will get to know some cool pharmaceutical students. I know they don't sound cool, but they are cool, okay? So yeah. So, ESTIEM 360 in Eindhoven. Thank you, thank you. This is basically a brand new concept, never happened before. First time we're having it on the initiative of local group Eindhoven. And it is going to basically have ESTIEM in only one event. So the whole of ESTIEM in one event. Everyone is super excited. And yeah, local group Eindhoven is preparing a lot of high quality content as always. And this event will be specific because it will be interesting for all ESTIEMers, especially the new ESTIEMers. So if this is your first event, you might want to consider this one for a second one. Logistics training camp from Yildiz. This is kind of a special conference that local group Istanbul Yildiz organizes every year. And first, it's not anyway. Basically, you will have a chance. Yeah, it's 10th anniversary. Why does it say first? In Turkish. Anyhow, it's going to be an awesome event. And they have prepared quite an amazing agenda full of lectures, but also very nice parties. So you might want to consider going to Istanbul in December. It's going to be great. Karlsruhe Vision Future of Food. Oh my God, getting tired. So this is an event that's happening in January in Karlsruhe, and it will be the first ever joint Business Booster and Vision event. So everyone is super excited, I guess. And Karlsruhe is quite famous for their work on food science, and also Karlsruhe as a city has a nice startup scene. And they have Straba parties, so why wouldn't you go there? So, and event of the local group Cambridge. The name is... I don't think we need to promote this one so much because everyone was waiting for it for 2 years. However, so local group Cambridge is preparing, as you can see by the title, quite a different event for you, where you can learn about cutting-edge technologies and innovation. And also, Cambridge as a university has quite a specific culture, and it would be nice to see it, I guess. So apply for their event until the 23rd of November. And something that's not open yet, but it will be soon open for application. It's New Year's Eve Activity Week in Skopje. So in a few short lines, this was like a last minute thing because it was announced recently. It's an awesome city. I've been there like 10, 15, 20 times. 30 times. Thank you, Stefan. They have prepared quite a cool program with sightseeing, visiting some attractions nearby. And they have really great parties. For New Year's Eve, they start partying at 11 a.m. Yes, it's just amazing. And I suggest you apply for it straight away. Thank you very much. This is all I have. If you have any questions about any of these events, I'll be up for answering them.
Thank you, Rade. First of all, I would like to say that if you have personal questions about the events that you would like to know, you can just approach Rade or the organizers so that we save time. But if you have something that really concerns the whole council, then I can take 2 questions. Okay, so we take one from Trondheim and one from back left. From Tanya, yeah.
Okay, Leonard from local group Trondheim. What about Vision in Trondheim from the 26th until the 1st of February?
Yes, I know about that Vision. The applications are not open yet, however. So these were the events which applications are open.
The applications opens up the 15th of November.
Thank you very much. So you can apply for that one, but in 6 days, basically. 6 days, right?
Yes, Tanya, Local Group Kiev. I hope this question is quite relevant. We've been talking a lot about reducing participation fee and making events not that fancy, but I've noticed that we have really high prices for some events, like 110, yeah, for the one in Belgrade, and for the New Year's Eve, 85 also, yes, for like 3 full days. I would really like to know what is going on in this network nowadays. Thank you.
The network is just fine. I want to answer to your question more specifically to these 2 events. With the training your trainers, a big problem is that you basically have to, out of 14 participation fees, cover the expenses for 20 participants. So it gets quite expensive. It's quite normal for training your trainers events, however. And with the New Year's Eve activity week, you might have heard that that's quite a popular holiday, and accommodation is quite expensive those days. So yeah. On the other hand, Skopje is like the cheapest city in Europe, so you buy beers for €1, so you won't really have problems there.
I think this will be a discussion for some further dates and for some other forums. Now it's not time to discuss on the high participation fees, but thank you for the questions, and thank you, Rade, for the presentation. And now we have some videos from our partner, called Size, that we will watch together. Do you have any questions to YouTube or Sorana about size? Okay, let's take one question. Are these questions relevant about what has been presented here? Okay, so Pedro.
Pedro from LG Porto. I'm just going to ask, why don't we watch like these 3 videos distributed throughout the week, and not all? I think it's more if they want to make advertisement for ZEISS, it's more efficient if you distribute them throughout the week, and it's less boring for us as well.
Thank you for the suggestion. We thought about it, but due to the agenda, it was really strict, and we decided to put them, to cluster them, because it would have been more efficient this way.
Thank you. Let's move forward and not waste time or let's not use more time on this. And next up, we have a presentation from University of Groningen. Mr. Sticker and Kremer, are you ready to present? Or do Okay, we make a change of schedule in case the guys are not at all here. And I will leave point Miscellaneous open and open point number 54, partner student organizations. And we start with a presentation from our friend from BEST. Welcome, Christoph.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Christoph. I'm representing BEST here as a partner student organization of ESTIEM. And in the next few minutes, I will give a short overview about our organization, and then you can ask some questions. So BEST stands for Board of European Students of Technology. It was founded in 1989. 26 years ago. Last year we celebrated our 25th anniversary, so it's quite similar old to ESTIEM. And throughout the years we managed to build up a really big organization uniting students of technology all over Europe. We are present in 33 countries. We have 95 local BEST groups on different technical universities around Europe. We have around 3,500 members, and throughout our network we are reaching 1,300,000 students of technology. Our vision is empower diversity. What we mean by this is that in an ideal state of world, all students are understanding different cultures, and this will help to reach them to perform on their full potential. And how we are trying to achieve this is by our mission, which is developing students. We are trying to spread this international mindset among students, and also giving opportunity for personal development. The inspiration for our actions are actually our values. We have 5 of them. You can see them here. These are fun, friendship, flexibility, learning, and improvement. Our services, which we are providing to all of our free stakeholders, are complementary education, career support, and educational involvement. In the next, I will briefly explain what we mean by these. First up, complementary education. We are trying to give students an added value to their university studies, to teach them something more, which is not possible to learn on the university studies. And we have two services for this. First up, we have our courses. These are around 10 days, 2-week-long events, which are trying to be always lower than 40 euros for participation fee. It has 22 participants at least per each course, and around 100 courses are happening each year, most of them in the summer. Everyone who is studying on a university where there is a best local group is free to apply. So if you're in the situation that on your university there is a best group, now the application for spring courses are open. You can check them out, and if you feel like, you're free to apply. Next up, we have IBEC. Who heard about this? Whoa, nice. This is our engineering competition. The abbreviation stands for European Best Engineering Competition. This is in its 7th edition now. Last year, the final happened in Riga. And we had, throughout the whole year, 5,000 students involved in all the competition. We had 83 local rounds organized by each of our LBGs. We had done 15 regional or national rounds, and then we had one final in Riga. There are two categories in our engineering competition. One of them is case study. This is a theoretical problem which all the students have to solve. And the other one is team design, where they have to build a specific prototype which fulfills some kind of criteria. Next up, we have career support. Through this service, we are trying to connect students and their future employees in order to help the students finding a job or internship or other means of employment. And our first service is education improvement. Through this, we are trying to improve the European engineering education. We are doing this by events on education, and throughout these events and some other conferences, we are trying to gather students' input and raise their awareness towards the educational involvement. Now a little bit about our structure. This is how the structure of BEST looks like. In the middle, we have all the 95 LBGs. Then we are divided into 11 regions, which are all led by one regional advisor. And our board, international board, consists of 5 people. 3 of them are the executive board, the president, the secretary, and the treasurer. And we have 3 vice presidents. One of them is vice president for local group support. His responsibility is to lead the team of regional advisors and to look out for all the local groups. Then we have vice president for external services and vice president for internal support, who is in charge of international teams, which are 6 committees. We have EEC, Educo, FinTeam, ITC, Marketing, and Tigro. Our strengths. First up, we have a quite developed training system. We established it around 12, 13 years ago, and it consists of around 500 trainers, and so far we have more than 6,000 sessions registered. Also, we have a quite developed intranet. This is what we call private area. It's similar to your portal, as I understood from throughout the week. We use it for applications, knowledge management, and communication issues as well. So what we can do by cooperation is sharing our experience. I believe that we don't have to reinvent the wheel, and by cooperating and sharing our strengths, both organizations can benefit. So if you want more, I don't know if we have time for questions, but you are feel free to contact either Marilyn, our ambassador. You can reach her at ambassador@best.eu.com, or you can contact me.
Thank you, Christoph. Again, I would like to say that the best way to get your questions answered is to approach Christoph on the coffee break.
Yes,
and,
for sure.
But if you have something that is really important and concerns the whole council, then we can take 1 or maximum 2 questions. Okay, then let's take Hadi and Luis.
Yeah, Hadi Laperanta. Since you were here the whole CM, I wanted to ask you, what do you see, would you like, let me put it this way. One thing that you remove out of ESTIEM and it helps to ESTIEM to grow more. What could it be?
Like one weakness, what I saw, or what do you mean? I would rather put something in, some like more facilitation during the council. For example, we are using finger rules on our general assemblies as well.
Yeah, and then Luis.
So earlier this year, Luis, local group Stockholm. So earlier this year, I attended a regional meeting in Prague, and there I got to see your version of the haka. And since there's some people sleeping here, could you maybe do your haka for us?
It's not so different.
Well, it's a little bit different.
I'm not sure I'm fully aware of the differences, but if you join me and help me...
I don't remember it by heart.
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm not sure that... I mean, I don't really experience this game so much times in Best.
But maybe you can share another Best Energizer with us then.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so feel free to do an Energizer. If you want, I can join you.
Okay, for this, everyone please stand up, and we will sing the shark song. Shark. I will try to use the microphone, but you will have specific moves and join me for like some easier voices. So it goes like this. There was a boy, na 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 na. And there was a girl, na 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 na. And they went swimming, na 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 na. And they jumped in. Na 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 na, and there were sharks. Na 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 na, a papa shark. Na 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 na, a mama shark. Na 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 na, a baby shark. Na 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 na, a grandpa shark. No 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 no. They took an arm. Na 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 na, another arm. Na 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 na, they took a leg. Na 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 na, another leg. Na 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 na, and they were dead. Na 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 na. But there were sharks. Na 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 na.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we can take the presentation from University of Groningen.
Hello. Is it working? Yes, it is. Hi, I am Jelle Dikker. This is Mark Kramer. And we will be telling you everything about studying industrial engineering and management in Groningen during the next couple of minutes. So here we go. This is the video slide. And do you have it on the USB stick as well? So we'll start with a short clip introducing Groningen.
The most influential period was the end of the 15th century. During these years, the Martini Toren was built. The Martini Toren reached 127 meters, making it the highest building in Europe at the time. Groningen is well known for its universities.
Yeah, so the city. Yeah, it's a big student city. That means we have approximately 50,000 students studying in the city. 30,000 of them study at our university. And we have a super active student population.
Can you speak up, please, a little bit?
Yeah, and we have a quite active student population. Yeah, what does that mean, active student population? That means that we have an association for almost everything. For instance, I play water polo. Mark here plays field hockey. You have cultural associations, sport clubs, etc. So there's a lot to do. I would say I think there are around 200 of these associations, all run by students. The city also has a quite vibrant nightlife because there is so many students. For instance, there's no limitation on closing time, so every day of the week you're able to enjoy a proper party in a really nice atmosphere because there's almost only students around. Yeah, we have a quite large international student community as well. Every year ESN organizes an introduction for thousands international students who get to study in Groningen. Our university. Yeah, as I said, quite some international students, over 4,000 to be honest. And yeah, we are the most popular Dutch university amongst international students. The university celebrated its 400th birthday last year. We did so with a big gala for 10,000 participants, all of course organized by students themselves. Yeah, we have several programs at our university, and these are not only engineering programs, but these are of almost everything you can imagine, I would say, ranging from psychology to physics. And this also, this also reflects on the gender balance in the city and at the university, of course, because different studies attract a different type of student, and yeah, it's approximately 50-50 in our city. Yeah, so this is something we are quite proud of. We are in the Times Higher Education Top 100 ranking. To give you an idea of what it is, there's out of all ESTIEM local groups, there's approximately 3 or 4 ranking in this top 100. Yeah, we also offer an honors program. This is a program offering extra courses. This is done to offer a challenging program to everyone. So if you're an excellent student, there is more to explore academically. So, as you could already see in the movie, lots of all transportation is done by bike. Groningen is flat. Groningen is quite compact as well. So the campus is approximately 10 minutes away from the city center by bike. Yeah, and it's a green campus. The Energy Academy Europe building is going to be built there, and this will be the most green university building of the Netherlands. So actually completely self-sustainable and super efficient, of course. Yeah, and we have excellent facilities there. So the faculty, IEM is offered in Groningen at the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. That means it's quite technical. We also have master programs in, for instance, innovation management or supply chain management. These are offered by the Faculty of Economics and Business. And this is really special. All bachelor programs at our faculty are offered in English. And yeah, that's something you don't see that often, but it really makes for an international atmosphere. The university targets at international students, and yeah, it's great that, I would say it's really nice that it's possible to have a full program starting from your bachelor's in English. So all education is in English. Yeah, and to give you an idea of the programs we offer, yeah, industrial engineering and management is quite technically oriented, so that means that we place it between degree programs like mathematics, physics, the classical mathematics and natural sciences programs. So, and now I'll give the word to Mark for telling I am.
Yeah, so I will tell you a bit about the degree program that we offer in IEM. Is this working? Okay. I will tell you something about the degree program in IEM that we offer, our master's program. Like Jelle already pointed out, the master's program is quite technical orientated. It's 65% engineering and 35% management. If you have a more management orientated bachelor program, we also offer similar courses in our management faculty, which are more oriented on management. The master's is structured as follows. It has courses in the first year, which are mainly project-based courses, where you work in small groups and you have a really personal education system there. And then in the second year, you will start applying it in business by doing a business project. This is basically an internship in a national or an international company with a really exciting objective that you have or goal. And of course you will end with the master thesis, which will be more focused on research. We have two specializations in IEM, of which this one, production technology and logistics, is more like we know IEM in ESTIEM. It's mostly focused on mechanical engineering, and you might find a job in like Philips or Unilever when you graduate from this program. The other specialization that we have is quite unique because it combines chemical engineering with IEM, which means you're more focused on continuous processes, and people that graduate from this program might end up in companies like Heineken or AkzoNobel. So one of the most exciting things actually for me to study in Groningen is the active student population. Jelle already pointed out a little bit, but since the students are so active and so organized in our city, this also really reflected upon the university. The university really supports all the students to get active and to give input in all different layers of the organization. For example, I am right now a student representative in my faculty, and I'm pretty much input on anything I want on educational matters, and this is really appreciated by all the staff members and all the program directors. Another thing which is a consequence of this is that the organizational structure is really flat, and you have really informal relations with professors, and this makes a really nice community feeling where you're able to communicate on a really informal level with all the staff members. Another great example is the Study Association Luges, which is the mother association of our local group, and it has 600 active members, which is pretty much 95% of all the IEM students that we have. So this also shows how active the students are. The career prospects are generally really good. It's quite easy after you graduate to find a job in big companies like Unilever, Heineken, AkzoNobel, or I don't know, McKinsey and stuff. So that's also why we ranked 81st in the Global Employability Survey. And of course, it's always possible to do your PhD program in our institute. Something about requirements. In general, it's not that hard to get into the programs as long as your bachelor's program has sufficient technical courses. Like I said, if your course is more management related, we have IEM related courses in the management faculty as well, which have like 65% management, 35% engineering. And you have to do an English language test, which is quite normal, I guess, and it's easy to just apply online. The tuition fees you can see here, and the deadline is May 1st. If you have any more questions about the admission process, you can always just send an email to sciencemasters@rug.nl. They will be more than willing to help you. So why would you study IEM in Groningen? For me, the most important thing would be that we have such a big and active student population. You can really feel this within the city and the university, and it just engages you really into your studies, and this just gives a great atmosphere, an international atmosphere as well. And after you graduate, it will not be that hard to find a job. The career prospects are really great. And of course, the nightlife is great. If you didn't experience the nightlife in Groningen yet, come to one of our events. You will see what I mean. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can just ask them now, or you can approach us later. We will be handing out brochures of our programs of our university later at the doors when we end the GA. So if you want to get some more information, just grab one. And if you have some questions afterwards, just send an email to sciencemasters@rug.nl. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yes, we have time for questions, so if you would like to ask something, you can ask now, or you can also ask probably during the coffee break. So, Javi?
Hi, Javi from Local Madrid. Is there the possibility to get the 3 presentations of the 3 universities that had time for the presentation here? Can we get the presentations for the 3 universities that had time, like maybe or send by email or something to have the information?
Hello, Javi. Yes, this will be available on the portal under the council meeting page.
Thanks.
And if you want any information from the RUG, you can always just approach us and we will provide anything you want.
Okay. If there are no other questions, then we will move forward. Thanks a lot, guys, again.
And thanks for the giraffe shoot again.
So next up, I close point number 53, Miscellaneous. And we continue with point number 54 that we already opened. And we have from our visitors from Quorum 2080.
microphone is on.
Shh.
So, hey everybody, I'm Yotam. I really wanted to share with you something. I was pretty sure that I'm going to be the only bald guy in the conference, and now that I have the opportunity to see everybody, so I'm pretty sure I'm the only bald guy in this conference. So,
excuse me, can you have the microphone a little bit closer to the mouth so
yeah.
it's louder? Thanks.
So we're gonna explain about our organization in the method that's called 4W and 1M. So what does it mean? First of all, we're gonna explain who we are. Second, we're gonna explain where we came from. Third, we're gonna explain what is Forum 2080, and the fourth W is gonna be why we are here. Keep it. By the way, the 1M is going to be we're going to explain about our mission. It's kind of related to the bookmark that we just give it to you in the beginning. So, who we are. My name is Yotam Zucker. This is Josh Cohen next to me. We're both 26. We are both from Israel. We both study in the IEM faculty of Ben-Gurion University of the Negev. I am on my third year, and Josh here next to me is on his fourth year. We both work at Intel, and we can explain you a little bit about our work because it's not related to exactly what we're going to talk today. So, I want now Josh to explain where we came from.
So, unless you already got it from Yotam's Swedish accent, then we are from Israel, as you know, the little country in the Middle East. So, Israel is a very attractive state located in the Middle East, as I said, and it is very it's a popular place for the most technological and innovative companies in the world. And let me tell you some facts about it. Do you know what's common to IBM, Intel, Microsoft, and Cisco companies? Okay, so the biggest R&D facilities outside of the USA are in Israel. As I said, an innovative country. Second thing, according to Israel population, it has the largest amount of startup companies.
I think this is the reason why Bill Gates called Israel a major player in the high-tech industry. You probably heard about Bill Gates. So I'm going to explain a little bit just in a few words about our university. It's called Ben-Gurion University of the Negev. It's located in Beersheba city. It's in the south of Israel. We have 20,000 undergraduate students, and 1,000 of them are studying in IEM faculty, in our faculty. Beersheba city, I think it's kind of that the guys before of us just told. It's really a crazy place where you can party, study, and drink, and if you really search for a good student life, so Beersheba probably going to be your best choice. Now I want Josh to explain here about what is Forum 2080.
So I guess you all maybe ask yourself, what is Forum 2080? So first of all, the name came from the famous Pareto rule, as you might all guys know. And in a nutshell, I can say that 20% of all your inputs will produce you 80% of all your outputs. That's the rule. Okay, so the story about Forum 2080 started just about a year ago when me, Yotam, and other few friends decided to pick up the glove because we felt there was something missing other than just lectures and exercises. Let's give you an example, okay? In Israel, you can study industrial engineering for 4 years without even being one time at industry plant. So that's kind of weird. That made us pick up the glove a few company visits. Yes, and what we aim to do with Forum 2080 is to enrich Ben-Gurion IEM students by creating community, develop industry, academic relations, and giving added value to the students.
I want to share with you some of our achievements till now. We just founded one semester ago, so it means since January 2014. We already made 7 company tours, included Intel, as you can see in the presentation, Teva, Coca-Cola, Unilever, and many, many more. We also made a seminar forum that conducted in the IBM Accelerator. It was in a startup atmosphere. You know, we were surrounded with startup guys. Our major event was a big conference that conducted in our university that included 250 participants of our faculty students. It means 25% of our students came to this event. we made like a big panel with a major VIP manager from the industry. I want now Josh to explain about our organizational structure, how it
So great. So as you can see, most of our guiding lines are approximately the same as ESTIEM. So here is our organizational structure. As you can see, they're divided to functional teams and cross-functional teams. So on the bottom, you can see the functional teams. You can see the activities team on the left, which I am the VP of it, which is responsible of conducting all the company visits, VIP managers meeting, and so on. On the middle, you can see the major events team, which is responsible of the parties, as you might like, and the annual conference, as Yotam said before. And on the right, you can see the seminars and training team. The cross-functional are the PR and the business development. So you might ask yourself why we are here. So we have two main reasons, okay? The first one is that we wanted to come and to learn from you guys, because ESTIEM is like the huge organization that is much alike like ours, but we can have a lot to learn from. And the second thing is that we want to find some collaborations, how we can work together. We already talked with Stephanie and Irina and some other leaders here in ESTIEM, and we can find we believe that we can find great things that we can do together.
So now to the fun part of this presentation. You all probably got our bookmark in the beginning, and I want to know just in a quick, who made to solve it? Wow. You did it by yourself? Everybody did it by yourself? Good, good. Most of the time when we give it, most of the people don't really know how to solve it. You need to think out of the box, and this is what we just brought here. We want you guys to think out of the box. So the guys who didn't solve it can scan the code, and you can go to our Facebook. Most of it in Hebrew, but we translate part of the post, and you can see a movie in English that explains you exactly how to do it. And then you can like us, follow us, and maybe we can do some stuff together. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Yes, we have time for, again, 1 or 2 questions, if you have some. Again, you can just talk to the guys also during a coffee break or in the evening. But yes, we have one comment from Eindhoven.
Yeah, Tijmen, local group Eindhoven. How would you like to see the relationship with ESTIEM in the future?
Okay, thank you for the question. So yes, as a first step, we would like to find ourselves sending maybe students from Israel that we can give you an extra or different spirit, different way of thinking. We believe that Israelis are a bit different than you guys, so that's going to be a good opportunity. And maybe on the other hand, we can see how we can host you guys in Israel. We already talked about maybe hosting the entrepreneurial summer event, maybe 1 week of this 3 weeks event. So yes, we can see a lot of opportunities, and we see matching lines between us too. Yeah.
Thank you. And thanks for the presentation again.
Okay, thank you very much, guys, for the whole week. We had amazing time together. Really, thank you very much. And we have a little presents for our boardies.
I guess on behalf of the whole council, I can say thanks, guys, for being here. It's been great to have you here. And last but not least, before the coffee break, we have a speech from Jim. And if you would like, I think the song that you did in the morning would be quite nice. I haven't heard it that many times, but the people are a bit tired and maybe they would like to sing together, if you would like that. The ESTIEM song.
It's on.
Okay. We'll come back to the song at the end because there's something that I want to say about Sunshine Mountain. But before I do that, what I want to do is just spend a few minutes sharing with you a bit of the background of what is called the wisdom tradition. And you'll say, what's that? I can make a simple comparison. Universities teach subjects. The wisdom tradition grows people. Different. You don't do it in the classroom. You do it face to face. You help people grow in relationships. It's about caring. But if you just imagine for a second what's involved in helping people grow, it's about giving attention. It isn't about taking attention. You don't need to be visible. What matters is what you do. Are the people? And what I can say is summer academies were straight out of wisdom tradition. You can tell me, those who have been on summer academies, whether they have helped you grow. What I want to do is give you a little bit of history to give you a picture of something which is older, wider, and deeper than the university tradition that we all are familiar with. And in Cambridge is 806 years old this year, but I'm going beyond that, wider than that, deeper than that. There's two bits of history that I want to share, and I'm kind of, in doing so, I'm kind of creating a bit of a mirror to help you see yourselves, because actually what ESTIEM does is straight out of wisdom tradition. It fits exactly. And all sorts of things that are growing now fit completely. And we'll look at that as my third little thing that I want to look at. And then I'll just say a little bit about Sunshine Mountain, because there's something that's worth saying. So, bit of history, two bits of history. I'll go back 1250 years, 765, and Al-Mansur, the second Abbasid caliph, was just finishing building Baghdad. In Baghdad, he included, at that time, something that became called the House of Wisdom. And it had three elements to it. The first element was that it drew in people from the whole of the known world, brought them together so that they shared their understanding with each other. Are you beginning to see yourselves in what I'm saying? drew everybody together, also did a lot of translation work. For them, the common language was Arabic. Everything got translated into Arabic. So here, everything is in English. And the third thing was that there was a library. There was a steady stacking up of the understanding that was drawn together. And if we think of what's on the portal, these days it's all electronic, but the sort of the underlying information and understanding that you're all sharing is steadily being stored. There is a kind of library. And so you can kind of see yourselves. If we, from then, go forward 60 years, so we're in 825, Al-Khwarizmi, the mathematician, some of you I think know, the word algorithm comes from his name. Al-Khwarizmi was there. But not only that, by then, they knew that the world was spherical. They had calculated very accurately what its diameter was. They understood all the geometry and all the trigonometry functions and calculations to be able to be working in spherical coordinates, working out where places were in the world and producing navigation aids and things like that. A really formidable depth of understanding. I'll jump forward 300 years into was the 12th century. I'm still before we tend to take Oxford and Cambridge as our oldest universities as we think of them. Before then, 12th century, if you wanted to learn and understand, probably to Cordoba, you went into Andalusia, to the Moorish universities there. But it wasn't just that there were the Arabic understanding there. Again, that effect of the House of Wisdom, or the idea of the House of Wisdom, that all the different cultures were gathered together, and it was a hugely rich period that transformed all sorts of understanding and brought it out into the future. And there were 4 lines of wisdom tradition that came out of Moorish Spain, out of 12th century Spain. And I'll walk you through all 4, because all 4 are present, have steadily been present in what we've always done in summer academies. But also you'll see much more widely where there's a kind of underlying teaching about caring, actually, and about helping people grow, it's now worth articulating and making it a bit more clear. And that's why I'm talking about it. Normally it doesn't need to be talked about, you just do it. It's now worth actually talking about it. The first strand that came out through a guy called Ibn Arabi, who went back into the Muslim world. He was a Sufi, and started a whole line of Sufi teaching, which is still extant line of teaching. For my young Turkish friends here, you might know, or you might like to know, Mevlana, or Rumi, some people will know him as Rumi, when he was younger, spent some time studying with Ibn Arabi. He's off that line of teaching. But if I come right forward to the current time, there's a Sufi in South Africa called Etsko Squaitma, who I know, who in the 90s, after the apartheid period in South Africa, when South Africa was struggling to become a whole nation again, out of all nation, how do you become whole and human? Did some very deep work on, in that kind of context, what does leadership mean? How do you help people grow? I'll keep coming back to this, but how do you help people grow? And he developed an approach that's called the care and growth model of leadership. It says in the name itself, doesn't it, what it's about. Etsko was with me at the first Summer Academy in 2001. And part of that teaching about care and growth, I use myself, but also I always included in Summer Academy teaching. The second thread that came out through a guy called Ibn Gabriel, who was Jewish, and who focused on developing as a tool for understanding human growth, the process of human growth, psychological growth, if you like, the tree of life. The tree of life is like a psychological map. It helps you understand how you're growing, what will help, etc., etc. What we know as modern psychology is a small subset of the understanding to do with the tree of life. The problem with modern psychology is it mostly focuses around people who are ill, and that's important, but there's a much wider set of issues about how do you help people who are already, to one level, healthy, grow and be better, more complete, more wholesome people, and indeed more wholesome communities. And I'm back to this issue of growth again. If that's also a strand of teaching which continues face-to-face, teacher to pupil, down the generations and spread around, if I bring it up to date, the person who is in that line of teaching, who is recognized as the teacher of this age, is a guy who lives in London. His Jewish name is Zev Ben-Shamin Halevi. His English name is Warren Kenton. And through the 1980s, Warren ran, for a decade, ran a study group in London, and I was a core member of that study group. So I am very familiar with that teaching, and those who've been on Summer Academy know how much I use that as a kind of structuring tool and as a reflection aid and so on. The third strand was the one that came particularly into the field, and it came through a guy called Thomas Aquinas. And the teaching that he picked up was a lot of the original Greek work, but then with the Sufi commentaries and things like that on it, looking at what we call the virtues. That then actually got messed up rather by academia, because my guess would be, if I asked most of you what somebody means when they're talking about the virtues, you'll say it's about being good. That isn't what the word means. The English word virtue comes from the Latin word virtus, and it means competence. What he was looking at was how do you help people grow? How do you help people become competent human beings? Good at helping other people grow, and so helping life move on. And one of the issues that then becomes a problem is, and if I go back to the difference between the universities and the wisdom tradition, if you teach it as a subject, you kill it. What matters is to teach it as a skill. How do you help people be good at that? Well, a lot of academia teaches it as a subject, and that isn't helpful, but there is a thread that still comes through. In the UK in particular, a group of people who are known as Quakers, who still hang on to those basic principles of how to develop competence. And they particularly focus on practices of reflection and these days we might say meditation, but reflection. We were yesterday, one of the working groups was having a reflective session, a reflective thinking, developing that as an ability. But the two core skills of listening, being able to hear what matters or see what matters, and then being able to do something responsive and creative about it. This small network of people who are called Quakers 350 years ago were the people who actually created the Industrial Revolution. The first smelting of iron using coke to smelt out, the first steel making, puddle steel, actually coordinating building the first canals, the first railways. They also were the powerhouse behind the removal of slavery, the abolition of slavery. All sorts of things came out of this small group of people. And those skills are still taught person to person today, and I am one of that line of people. The fourth thread was a guy called Adelard of Bath in the UK translated the Zige of Al-Khwarizmi and also Euclidean geometry into Latin to make it available. And the Greek geometry and the Arabic trigonometric calculation ability enabled people to build the cathedrals. The engineers, the stonemasons, picked that up. And if you bring that forward, that helps us build the modern world. But actually, what it did create was, in the UK, the first of our engineering, professional engineering institutions was the Institution of Civil Engineers. And they embodied the interesting thing about the Institution of Civil Engineers, you'll all think that civil engineering is about concrete and steel and roads and bridges and that kind of stuff. That wasn't what it meant. They called themselves civil engineers because they were not military engineers. When you have got to the level of human ability where you can coordinate the work of thousands of men over hundreds of miles, over several years, in a way everybody's being paid fairly for what they're doing and the work is coordinated, and between you can build a railway or a big canal or something like that. That ability is civilization. The ability to work together. Now, I'm holding all this as a, can you see yourselves? Yeah, just let me read the Institution of Civil Engineers, 1818, January the 2nd, 1818, was the inaugural meeting, and the person who created the institution was a young engineer called Henry Robinson Palmer, and he was 23 years old. How old are you? How old are you? 23 years old. Let me read you just a couple of lines out of what he wrote, or what he said in his inaugural speech. Engineering is a profession which requires not only knowledge of one leading branch of science, but of many. Not only of one art, but of an infinite number. An engineer is a mediator between the philosopher and the working mechanic. And like an interpreter between two foreigners, must understand the language of both. See yourselves? I happen to be a member of the Institution of Civil Engineers. So I carry all those four threads. And those have been fed into Summer Academy and a lot of the things that we have shared together over now a good number of years. If I just look at ESTIEM now and what's happening, you are the House of Wisdom. You are doing all that stuff. You are coming together. You're working together. And all the time it's about how do we help each other grow. And things like the mentoring beginning, things like the IEM Foundation beginning to emerge, so that it's not just students, it's the professors as well, it's the professional groups as well. Imagine it 25 years down the track, what it's going to be like. One of the things that Misha and I have been having a little conversation about is, I can do a bit more about the library. Some of the stuff that I've got in my library, we could do a bit of work and get it on the website and make it available to more people so that you could read a bit more about this stuff for those who want to. We'll do that. But, and I'm already past time, but I'm going to do the last bit because it matters. Sunshine Mountain. One of the things that goes with being old is I don't have to climb Sunshine Mountain anymore. I live there. But one of the things that I can tell you is what the road is really like. And one of the things we all love to do, and it's great, is we sing the song and it's great fun. But it's a tough world out there, and the real mountain is a bit tougher than that. So let me give you a different version of the words. Climb up Sunshine Mountain, where the little breezes go. Howling gales, it's tough. Climb up Sunshine Mountain, faces all aglow. Actually, your face is white and you're frozen stiff, but you keep going. Turn your back on sorrow. Actually, no, that's quite a mistake. Sorrow is a teacher. Most of the important lessons we learn in life, we learn by getting them wrong first. And you carry your sorrows with you all your life. You never turn your back on a teacher. They help you remember not to do that again, or to improve what you do, or whatever. What you have to turn your back on is fear. Otherwise, you never begin. So turn your back on fear. But there's one little more detail about Sunshine Mountain. It doesn't just happen to be Sunshine Mountain and you climb it. It is only Sunshine Mountain if you make it Sunshine Mountain. So you have to build it. I can tell you two things. It's a tough road. I could show you the scars, but it's worth it. But the other thing that I can tell you is, I know you, and I know you can do it. So, climb up Sunshine Mountain, though the howling winds do blow. Climb up Sunshine Mountain through the freezing snow. Turn your back on fear. Look up to the sky. Build Sunshine Mountain. You and I. And I always get the slot so that I'm in the way of the coffee. That's terrible. Get on with the coffee.
Hang on. Sorry, but we do need to take an announcement from Sorana. It's important. So please listen to this before you go to the coffee room. And also, I have one.
The first announcement is I know some local groups are really, really big in comparison to the others and have requested that they take more magazines, like Eindhoven has done so. And I heard that more local groups also want to do so. I estimate local groups really big, like Barcelona, Madrid, Boğaziçi, ITU, METU, whatever. In case you want to take more magazines, just go to the office of the local group and take as many as you can. That's the first one. And the second one is I would like to invite the following people. I need to talk something to the following people. Kike, Mafalda, Jovana, Hadi, Laurencio and Julian, Dusan and Nicola. So please approach me during the coffee break. Thank you.
So we have 20 minutes coffee break because I know everybody wants to hear the voting results and you don't want to wait. So 20 minutes, go.